drink my faith in dollar beers, so I can say I wasn't here. Hope we're drunk enough to cover up the day. We'll watch the singles fight the time as they try desperately to find a body warm enough to keep the night alive. There's ancient movies on the wall and cigarettes for quick withdrawals. We'll break the ice to laugh it all away. Strangers in the tired light will share the story of their lives as we make up a version of our own. Oh, what do you say? Forget the words of a day to day. Oh no, what do you mean? The world will stop as we spin our dreams. Oh no, 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 no. We bury green with fingertips that only keep whatever sticks. Pockets wide, believing more would be the fix. Turn our feelings into stones, throw them into waves alone, cast them far away from anywhere we'd know. Boots and heels crowd the floor through puddles of the alcohol and run another round of games they play. The tender makes his nightly call and chatter in the bathroom stall will tell themselves they'll meet another day. Oh, what do you say? Forget the words of a day to day. Oh no, what do you mean? The world will stop as we spin our dreams on.
see you pulling up to meet me in your car. I know you didn't have to drive, you don't live far from me. I know we're friends, but baby, something's on my mind. So I apologize for taking all this time, but I got to tell you. Now can I pretend I don't love you like I do? Now can I pretend I don't love you like I do? No. So should I pretend that the feeling isn't true? Now can I pretend I don't love you like I do? Love you like I do. I know at times you find it really hard to sleep, but I can fix that if you sleep right next to me. You're so confused about the way I look at you. It's not intentional, I'm trying to find the right time to tell you. If the whole world breaks, seeing white 6 days, would you be my girl? Would you be my world? No, I can't break now. Let me show you how. Loving me is what you need, and it's a fact and simple. Loving me is what you need, and it's so simple. Loving me is what you need, and it's so. Loving me is what you need, and it's so simple. It's a fact, it's simple. 'Cause loving me is what you need, I can feel it when you come. Loving me is what you need, don't you get it, don't you know, baby? So, loving me is what you need, and baby, it's so simple. Trying to tell you, baby, but you just don't seem to see it, so now can I pretend I don't love you like I do? Now can I pretend I don't love you like I do? No. So should I pretend that the feeling isn't true? Now can I pretend I don't love you like I do? Love you like I do. Now can I pretend I don't love you like I do?